So we're back in the workshop this week, back in Ireland with the cars, and we're going to do some work tonight. BC Racing Custom Coilovers sent us on these new coilovers for the S14. We're running the ER series in the front, which is two-way adjustable, and ZR series on the back, which is a three-way. So these are the same coilovers we've been using in Formula Drift last year in the Worthouse S15, and now we're going upgrading the coilovers on the S14, because I'll show you in a minute, the coilovers we have in the back of the car are still actually the coilovers we use in the car in 2014 and 2015. So we got them from BC way back in the day, and they still perform really well, as we've had a lot of success earlier this year in Oman. But yeah, I think the car deserves a fresh set, and yeah, these, we know from FD that these work really nice. So first we're gonna get the RX-7 started, moving under the BMW on the lift, and yeah, S14 hasn't ran in quite a few months, so hasn't been touched actually since it came back from Oman. So we're going to stick the coilovers on it, set the ride heights the same as it currently is, and then put it on the alignment ramp, run through the alignment, show you guys how I like to set up an S chassis, and show you some tips and tricks that we've learned over the years of competing in these cars and what we like to do on track. So right, let's get stuck straight in. This old girl hasn't been started in a while either, but let's see how she goes. We have a little trick to start it, a little sniff of brake cleaner. She likes it. Okay, back to basics in this car with quite a few switches and old things which we'll actually be tidying up very soon, because this car might be used sooner than we planned. But 1 second now, let's build some oil pressure. Okay. Loud, isn't it? Yeah. It feels like, I don't know what, it's just all rattling and shaking, and it feels like it has 1400 horsepower. But it's a very fun car. Right, this girl needs a jump start. Turn the car off, pretend the booster pack is on, we're ready for the first start. And see, will she start? Oh, it's even warm. That was easy. Running pretty sweet. I love this engine. It's so smooth. Setting the front ride height to match what it used to be before. That way our corner weights shouldn't be greatly affected. So here we have the BC ERs from 2014 still in the back of the car. We're going to replace these with the new ZRs, and yeah, these have been very good, very reliable, have a lot of drift miles on them, and they're still absolutely perfect. So let's rip these out, get the new ones in. Alright, so we have the old shock out, the ER original coilover, and here's the new ZR. Difference is the external reservoir is here on the original shock, and it's relocated on this shock. And then you have high speed here, low speed here, and your rebound on top. So these are three ways versus just rebound and compression on the old shock. So let's get them in. Okay, so rear BCs are in. I got 4 kg spring in the back, and it's all sitting in there quite nice. We mounted the external reservoir back here just by the wing mount, so you can adjust your high speed and low speed there. And yeah, our heights are the same as what it was before, so time to put on the wheels, tighten everything up and go on the alignment machine. Right height set, ready to go for alignment. I'll bring it up to my brother's workshop and stick it on the alignment and see how it looks. The heights are exactly the same as they were in Oman, so it'll be interesting because we did 3 rounds of competition with the car in Oman without bringing the car to an alignment machine. We just checked the toe at the track. Did we even make adjustments? I'm not sure, did we? So all we did in Oman was just with the toe plates, adjusted the front and made sure everything was okay after each round, but we had no major adjustments. We'll get it on the alignment ramp, see how it looks after 3 hard rounds, plenty of contact. And walk you guys through the way I like to set it up. Okay, let her up and set her up. What's she gonna be like? Fuck me, man.
Some car.
Look at the back. The toe is exactly equal.
And 100% that's the way it came onto the lift.
Yeah, the camber is a tiny bit negative on the back left.
Even the front toe for the amount of smacks it got over there.
Yeah. Caster 3 degrees, 5 degrees of camber. So small adjustment needed on the rear camber because it's exactly level. Small bit of positive on the right, which is nice. The toe is perfect on the back and the front is towed out a bit, quite a bit too much with a little bit too much camber, but it's probably acceptable. We'll run through what I like to do and see how it goes. So we're going to start with the back first. We need to adjust the camber a little bit. So it's your top arm here and working off your short arm as well to keep the hub angle the same. So first what I do is usually get my phone. This is accurate measurements now. So first check your surface, make sure the lift is level, and then I check the hub angle. So in this car it's between 14 and 15. You can also check it up here. 14. Compared to the other side. Yeah, so 14. So you like to keep them as even as possible. That will also determine where your wheel is in the arch and make sure it helps to make sure all your arms are running at the same angle. So we'll just adjust the camera at this side and match the hub angle to the other side and then check the wheelbase. So we'll do that first. This car has done a lot of work now over the years. How many events has it done in?
Oh, it was built for 2014 and it's definitely done on average 8 or 10 a year.
It's definitely done 60 events, yeah.
Definitely, because it's definitely done more than 10 some years and less other,
yeah.
But I would say close to 60.
60 events and she's still mint. Drives like brand new car.
First day steering rack still in it?
Yeah. Since it was a road car, still the same steering rack. These new Wisefab camber arms are excellent, because you can adjust them in place.
I'll show people that. That's actually interesting. V2 camber arm.
Yeah, so you can adjust it in place, and this is also their new toe arm, which is collapsible, so it saves from bending the hub when you hit a crash, because this will slide into this before this bends.
Yeah.
So it's quite a nice job. A lot easier to replace this than trying to replace all of this at the track.
Yeah.
So you can see our rear meters here now are set, and just to double check them, so hub angle 14 on the phone, that side hub angle 14 on this side, and like to double check the wheelbase as well, just after correcting the hub angles to make sure everything is right. So quickly what we do is measure from the center of the front of the wheel here to a point which is pretty good on the chassis, and here is not too bad. It's a flat surface, same on both sides. This car is after a lot of hits over the years, so measuring off a door or anything else isn't ideal. We just take that measurement on both sides and we just double checked it already. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So then we know that everything is right, everything is square, the angles of the arms are the same on both sides, so we can lock up the rear and move to the front.
That's nice now.
Black. Bit of oil. Keep everything lubricated. The front is very close with camber and casters, so we're just going to square it up on toe. Toe is definitely what I've noticed the most effective thing with front steering in an S chassis. Once your caster and camber is relatively close, it's all in toe and Ackerman. So as I said, caster and camber is close enough, so we'll just correct the toe after fitting the new shocks. It's towed out too much. We're running the middle Ackerman setting with the V2 Wisefab kit. You can see the crossmember modified here. This is actually the very first kit they made for any S chassis in V2. I spent a lot of time testing it. It was really fun working with the engineers at Wisefab, and we learned a lot along the way. So yeah, I absolutely love the kit. Let's just get the toe right, and okay, so it's all aligned. So here are the settings. In the V2 kit I like to run, what works for me is 3 degrees of caster in the front, about 5 degrees of camber, 0.2 toe out in the front, and then 0.3 positive camber on the rear, and about 1.3 degrees of toe in on the rear. You can play with the toe, and you know, every driver is a little bit different. It depends on your tires, it depends on your driving style and things like that, but this setup, this roundabout setup has been working very well for me over the last number of years with S chassis. And yeah, one last trick that I'll show you when we leave the car down and put it on the floor is that we will check the toe with toe plates on the ground right after setting the car up on the lift, because then you can note exactly what you have on an alignment ramp. If you have a bang at a track, you can quickly get the toe plates at the track, measure what you have, and put it back to the same, roughly the same as what it was when you had it on the ramp. So it's an easy thing, simple thing, but makes life easy when you're at the track and you're trying to guess what you might have had when you came off the ramp. So yeah, let's get it down and quickly measure it up, and that's it done. So pretty straightforward, no big work. Just sitting on the new BC is quite nice ride height. Yeah, to be honest now, I want to drive it again. So hopefully over the next few weeks we can get it back on track and do something fun with it. But yeah, over the next few weeks we definitely have a lot of fun things coming. So a set of simple toe plates, 2 measuring tapes. It's exactly 5mm towed out is what we're aiming for on the alignment machine, which is nice to double check it when you get on the ground. 5mm toe out in the front. Running toe out on the front of an S chassis makes the car a lot more predictable. If you have toe in for any reason at all, the car gets very, very nervous, very twitchy and unpredictable. So about 5mm is a very nice number. Anything between 3 and 6 is kind of ideal, in my opinion. So we'll quickly check the back as well. So 48 and 30, so 18mm toe in. Nice. Sweet. Should we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I find that works nice for the toe in the rear is usually between 15 and under 20. It's quite a lot of toe in, but I find it works really good with the car set up how it is. 4 kg BC rear springs in the back, and the car squats and moves around quite nice, and definitely has a lot of grip. This car spends most of its time on a 265 Falcon tyre, the RT 615K Plus, and yeah, it's definitely not a slow car. So works for me, that's all I can say. She's back in the workshop, really happy with the progress and excited to get back on track with this car. That's it for this week. Hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them below. And if you're enjoying these videos, we're going to keep trying our best to make them every week. So give it a like, subscribe, and we really appreciate the support. We definitely have some plans for both of these cars coming in the next few weeks, and maybe this one too. So still exciting times ahead. Take care, guys. Thank you very much.